I feel like it's more than just Twitch. No free pinnacle for this, but... I think this is what I'm gonna go with. That is not a great stat roll for an exotic.
A Titan and a Dredgen ask
So,
a question.
welcome to the
What is
Prophecy Dungeon.
Our answer lies before you.
It's quite combat heavy, some light puzzle elements. It took me a while to wrap my head around the main mechanic, but as soon as you get it,
Heaven or hell?
it's pretty fun. And
What's the
very
difference?
easily, well, not easily doable solo, but more doable than the rest of the stuff solo. So far so good. So, how the dungeon is going to work is that there's going to be these knights around. And depending if you're standing in the light zone or the dark zone, they're going to be dropping different kinds of drops. You can kind of see it in the corners of the screen. Okay, so they dropped... I could drop... So those little triangles that looked kind of dirty, those are dark motes. Or motes of darkness. So I gotta collect 5 of them, get the super mode. It just happens automatically. And walk to the right pedestal, clear it out. And that is the main mechanic. So the clean ones are the light motes. Mainly why I think I'm going to be able to do the solo is because hammer is really busted. My throwing hammer? Presuming I hit with it. There's always that. Motes don't stay in your inventory for forever, so you gotta pick up the pace a little bit. Start off with light. Oh yeah, and if you happen to collect dark motes when you're carrying light motes, or vice versa, you lose all your stacks of one. That's basically the mechanic. Man, sometimes it's a little bit hazy. Like there are some like indicators, pretty faint. Seeing like the outline border. I'm not sure how well it's gone through Twitch, but you can see it changes between dark and light depending on where I'm standing. I don't need light at the moment. See, you see how many shots they take when I just have the hammer. This is all light. There we go. Find a good sweet spot. Alright. So, what's going to make this difficult is you need to do this alone. Normally you'd have a fire team of 3 people all working together, taking away like pressure from the different ads, collecting their own motes. But the thing that I'm going for, you need to do the dungeon solo. And you need to do it without dying. Granted, I think the emblem is just for... No, the emblem is for solo flawless, never mind. Yeah, there's also another reward for doing it flawless, but with a fire team. Here's the first encounter. You okay? Gonna stand here forever? Here I'm switching out to... Here I'm switching out to an exotic that'll weaken enemies, and that's going to be useful because the boss... I would like to do it in one phase because he has a very nasty tendency of pushing you off the arena and killing you that way. Maybe I need another one. Just a bunch of ad clear. That'll work. Shotgun for the... Oh. Right. Shotgun takes a special kind of ammo. Special ammo, one would say. So this is just a lesson of everything that you learned. Do you know how to get your motes? You know... You have to make sure that you're either backed up against the wall or not making line of sight contact. That guy's not supposed to be here. And just like that. Oh. And we're safe. That was almost the first death. Did I just... Oh, I still got it. There goes the first death. I had... So now what do you do? But you gotta restart from the beginning. Yeah, I think this encounter plus the last encounter is going to be the most difficult ones. I think I'm fine with this setup until the main. Yeah, the setup I have right now should last me until I finish the first encounter. Beat the first boss, as you say. I could also try doing the shortcut. Maybe.
A Titan and a Dredgen ask a question.
What is the nature of the dark?
Our answer awaits you.
Can't wait till we get to like the really cool stuff.
You asked a question. Welcome to the answer.
Honestly, they don't really do a good... They kind of wrap it up at the end, but they're very cryptic about it, so... Oh yeah, shotgun will work nicely. Oh, I almost went to the light one. If you're not careful, even the tiny little ads will absolutely just gang up on you. Okay. This should go pretty quickly, you know. I cannot tell you how many times I just missed the platform the first time I did this. And how long it took me to understand the mechanic at first. Because at first I thought the enemy had to be in light or dark, so... It wasn't until I read up at the end, I was like, oh... Let's see where exactly the seams are for the boundary. That seemed easy enough. Oh yeah, another reason. Titans are very survivable. Titans are very resilient. They have a lot of really good like self-healing options and just sustainability. You'd think there's more, but it actually is just it's just a circle. It loops around. If I were a game dev, I would have put it like a secret chest somewhere around there. But alas, I'm not a game dev. Yeah, see, he's not there anymore. I think I'm good for now. I got full ammo and Super's almost charged. It'll be fine. He's a little too close for my comfort. I don't actually see who redeemed that. Oh, I think that's just me. If nobody's redeeming, I think Destiny shares a hotkey with the wheel. I didn't expect this. A couple of my key combinations. Okay, you got me there. Oh, that looks all kinds of wrong. I guess we're going for light now. Sometimes you just gotta switch up on the fly. Oh yeah, and the shade, it changes every time you redeem emotes. Glad to see you lurking, Husaron. You try to get the No. The outer rings are your friend. There we go. Just really try to sandwich yourself in between the wall and the boss. Because honestly, even though the amount of ads looks very overwhelming, I did it again. I keep doing it. Alright, and now he is vulnerable. I see what it is every time I try to slide. Oh man, oh, okay. It's just goblins. Man, that's not a sound you want to see. Here? Yeah. I was lucky the first time I went around. I got it more than halfway, so this should be an easy 2-cycle. I'll do my best not to slide. Alright, looks like we have 3 dark and 1 light. Oh, my hammer's gone. That's not good. That's like one of my only tools for survival. For triggering my regen. I got moats? I do have moats. Okay, I'm back in business. Yeah, let's do the hard to get ones first. Rifle. Okay. Please don't, please don't. I don't know if joining allies actually counts as a death. Oh. I made it back anyways. We're all good. I don't know what moats I got. Alright. Now I have dark moats. One more. He's right in the middle. Luckily they're dropping just tons of ammo for me, so I'll be ready. I'll be ready with my super as well. That should be the push I need. Every time I get boosted a little, my heart drops a little bit. I think my timer ran out of dark modes. Oh, just in time. One day. Alright. Just fire everywhere. I hope this stream is doing everything justice. I hope that wasn't just a cluster of pixels. Alright. First encounter down. Alright, and next what I'm gonna do is just sort through my stuff. I want that and that. I love the aesthetics of this dungeon so much. It's because I'm a sucker for, like, purple. Green is my favorite all time, but purple is definitely a close second. So all around this place there's just a bunch of invisible giant robots. I don't think you need to kill them, you just have to watch out for, so they don't ambush you when you do your actual task. Which is... let's see it. I do see the Minotaur, though. Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. Ooh, there's an enemy that way. That means there's progress. You're gonna learn to hate the hobgoblins. Regular goblins are fine, if a little annoying, because they turn enemies invincible. This is going to be like a 90% hammer run. sweet. This part is relatively painless, aside from the invisible robots. Because it also turns their health bar invisible. You never know just how close you are to... Oh yeah, you gotta touch the ball of light when you're done. Do that 3 times and this encounter's done. Any second now. Oh, there you are. That's not that long. Oh, there's another one in the distance. Let's see if I need to go that way. Not at the moment. Here's the next one. Anything where it's just purely ad clear, I'm like... I have that down. The only difficulties is when you're fighting a boss. Mainly because you need to respect the mechanics. And this is me flagrantly disrespecting these mechanics. Maybe I don't need to take care of all these. Maybe I can just talk to the orb after I get all 3. Down he goes. Yeah, precisely because of those homing shots. Oh, it's not that far away. Minotaur check. Looks like we're all clear. No rude interruptions. So they're spawning more and more powerful enemies, but they're spawning them with solar shields, and I only do solar damage, so that's a bad move on their part. All right. Oh god. Oh man. Nice. I can't be mad at that. Let me... Oh, nope. Still desktop capture. Let's see. I think it'll be best if I just won't do it. I just won't. I'll just keep it in mind not to press that key combo too often. Alright, so... I honestly didn't expect to die there. Before I do launch, I'm gonna go take this moment to pee. Oh. Still a little nerves. Still just some nerves. Now, if I want to do this, I'm going to need a sword. Hmm. That's not that bad, but actually.
Light or dark, nothing changes. Everything dies.
I don't know if I want to... Actually, how's the fashion on those? I've seen... It's about average fashion.
Light and dark have met in the Sol system before. Perhaps this time, you'll change the outcome.
I don't remember which one it was. Is it this one? Oh, hold up. If this is a start, then I guess it wasn't a circle. Oh, how about that? I'm trying to... Oh, maybe I need the sword to help with this. I was close, though. Getting a little harassed by this guy, so I'm going to take him out. Okay. He thinks I don't know enough about the trick to actually pull it off. At least I got this. I got this down to a science. This shouldn't take too long. It's a little finicky on what constitutes picking it up. That was actually a really good night placement. Sometimes they just refuse to leave their section. I wonder maybe I should, like, wait for my super to fully charge before I do the encounter. Bullseye. Still light, dark, dark. Oh man. Yeah, if I leave my hammer alone for too long, if I don't pick it up, it'll explode. I don't really have a better position to put myself in. It kind of... Wait, I don't want light. Alright. I can't actually tell if I got light or dark there. Yeah, it looks like I absorbed them too quickly. But in the games, this still counts as being in the dark. Nice. Perfect. No, that's the that's spoilers, I guess, for the dungeon. If we're ever going to see this in the 2-hour time limit I set for myself, that is the final boss of the dungeon. He is an encounter. He's probably not all that bad if you have a full fire team, but solo, you need to be on your A game. Everything locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's try to one-phase him this time. Oh god. Screen shake not helping. Oh. Let's see, it looks like dark. Since there's already a dark mode on the ground, I can get him up. Oh, I guess I'm doing light now. Sometimes you think... Yeah, I already said how finicky it was. Oh, there it is. Never mind, I guess I'm doing dark. Sometimes you're just forced to make a choice. Light again. There we go. That's 5 light. Light again. You don't have to do them in any particular order, you just have to do all 4 of them. Man, that little bit of dark. Oh wait, I was carrying dark. Going it again. I keep forgetting that the rings move, which also changes what's dark and what's light. Only a little bit though. Oh, did it? Sorry, did it again. I did collect a dark or light. Come on, count. Didn't count. I was a little nervous there because it didn't register my healing at one point. Yes. First 3 dark. And the last couple dark. I think I learned new tech. Just go for it. Look at that damage. Or lack thereof, because they turned invisible. Invincible. Sometimes they daisy chain. Hey, look at that. Look at me go one cycle. Unfortunately, you can't get treasure chests continually. You can't farm a dungeon encounter. You have to wait for next week for the loot to reset. Okay. Stressful part's over. Maybe I just keep rocking tractor cannon. That seems to work wonders with my... but it's very short range, though. I like having the rocket launcher. What does masterworking this do? Oh, it's velocity. That's just the speed at which the rocket flies through the air. I think I'm fine with this loadout again. Unfortunately, even though I had full tractor cannon ammo, I don't have full rocket launcher ammo. I'm not sure what they count as what. Oh. I see you peeking. The worst part is I just need the, Nope, nope, nope. I just want to know the health bar. It's always a surprise when they collapse. Alright. Looks like our first encounter. It is random every time. Alright, lesson learned. Take hobgoblins out while I'm still healthy. Oops. Yeah, the captains really like blinding you. Not much of a fan of that effect. Not a huge enjoyer of things that cloud your vision. Like that. Oh, there's the third one. You're so erratic. I saw it for just a brief glimpse. What's cool about this weapon is that the explosion, it makes enemies explode when you kill them with it, and the explosion does more damage than the gun ever could. Aw, man, I wasted a rocket. You don't need pride when you're going for... If you're going for solo flawless. The gameplay is unfair, so you should cheat it right back. Use everything you possibly can have at your advantage. There's another one, but I don't... If I had a grenade, or at least one rocket, I would probably engage. It's gonna make a wide berth. Oh, I see it. Maybe I can lure him over here? hit him with my hammer once it's fully charged. Maybe that'll help. It does require you to be somewhat accurate with your hammers. Yeah, just like that. Can I just touch it? Nah, you gotta wait till... ammo. That Minotaur won't ever know what hit him. Hammer's still... Is that my second or third one? I think that was second. Nope. Yeah, just cuz. Ah, my grenade didn't do anything. He walked out of the range. Did he blow up? Cool. Nope. That felt too good to be true. Oh, nice. Return on investment. You'll have to see it. Let's see. Okay, so I did beat it. There was one more thing I wanted to explore first. It's hard trying to navigate a barren wasteland, so you gotta kind of go off the landmarks. There we are. Don't you dare. Fine. Oh, I am getting really lucky with these heavy ammo drops. The game is being very kind. Yeah, there's a secret in here. If it had a little bit more resilience, I would probably go for it. I guess that goes to show that resilience and discipline aren't really like compatible stats. I can roll for both. I can either have one or the other. Here comes the most trippy encounter. I think I did only take down 2 camps. Oh, I just never touched you. That's what it was. How about now? Now will you let me in? Nope, it was both. I didn't touch the spirit, and I had another one to go. Yeah, there it is. These phalanxes are like the scariest thing. Because they have a power that they probably shouldn't have, and that's killing you because of geometry. If they, like, squish you the wrong way or send you flying in the disadvantageous direction, you can just die for no reason. You're gonna be killed by the architects, and there's nothing you can do but hold that. Now the door can be opened. Oh, and it even says in the corner. Alright. This one is probably the most time-consuming one. I'll need a... Yeah. Actually... Oh, right, since it's not a game capture, I don't have the glowing linked up to the color palette. Oh man, I wanted to see what I looked like all purple. Anyway, welcome to Cube Room. So, it has the familiar light and dark moat mechanic that you know and love so very much. And so what's going to happen is that I'm going to touch the spirit, it's going to move to one of these couple walls, and I got to make my way to the spirit on the other side of the wall. And I do that by cleansing one of the pillars that'll rotate to each side. Gotta kill the hobgoblins to spawn the knights, that spawn the moats. And our little Toland friend is that way, which means I need dark moats. Luckily, you only need to do one. You only need to do one pad, so you don't need to worry about. There we go. Climb in the middle. Do a little number weighing, rotate the board. And rinse and repeat. Some of these have pitfalls in them, so careful. You can definitely fall down and lose all of your solar progress. Let's see, first course of business, where is our little friend? Huh. Where is our friend? And that's why I have that gun, just to take care of mobs. Really shows off how neatly it... Oh, there he is. I'll need dark motes. If that ever comes into it. Let's see. There you are. This being a bit of a pain. That was a close one. There we go. Let's hope 5 seconds. Kobe. I totally did not get that in time. And it spawned light motes. That's annoying. Maybe I should have switched to the bow. I'm gonna keep him alive until I have the other one spawned. How do I get the hobgoblin up there? There we go. Oh, no, didn't want him. Not until I was in dark. I saw the curb there, and I saw myself falling, and the laugh flashed before my eyes. Oh, come on. Come on, man. There we are. I just need to quickly pick that up. Alright, perfect. And the spirit's name is Toland, so gotta go meet our friend Toland. I think it's 5 times. Yeah, this is the one with the holes in it. Over there, so I need light. Actually, let me see if I can't make a quick substitution. Alright. Yeah, look how much easier they go down. Where'd the other one go? There. Light motes. Well, that was a bad mistake on my part. I think some of the motes, good enough. I'll take it. I'm actually getting pretty good RNG. Sometimes he likes to go on the ceiling, and then you have to do 2 rounds before you can get your, get it to respond. Alright. Light motes again. No! It was dark. Not the end of the world. I do have to kill people occasionally just so I can get my restoration going. Okay. I'm just gonna assume that I got light there. Come on. Alright, perfect. Which, there you are. Alright. One more of those and I think that'll be the ball game. Is he up there? I can't tell. Alright, looks like he is up there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's up here, so I need light again. This is the easiest amount of time I've ever spent on this phase. No! Oh, man. I did it again. I killed him when there was dark. Step into the light. Oh god. Sometimes my mouse likes to jitter. And it's... I hope it doesn't for one particular encounter. For my sanity. I hope it'll behave. Oh, he dropped his motes. How nice of him. This should be the final one. We'll know real soon. Yep. Usually what's stopping me from just cheesing it? Oh man. I'm living a dangerous game. Shooting a rocket launcher this close to my face. And there we go. That's the second encounter. Ooh, that looks cool. I never unlocked that. Auto rifle. I wonder if that compares to the other one that I have. I'll work on the comparisons later. Gotta make sure that I don't fall in the hole again. Let's see, do you think I can make it from... I could probably make it from here. Yeah. Cube. Purple. This next one is going to be a little bit of a crapshoot. When I first did this dungeon, I have not died as many times as I did during this next coming part. And it's not even like an enemy encounter. Yeah, you could just ignore everybody. Now I go to the other one. It is definitely my favorite looking place. Oh yeah, I forgot about this transit. This whole dungeon is cool. And the part coming up is no exception. I've done it once before. Done it a few times before. Look at that. I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty. So, I could do this the boring, slow way. I can have a little fun. A little rainbow road. My heart's beating out of my chest. Yep. That always happens. Always happens. It's okay. Just need to recenter. I don't even need to boost. I just need to go forward. Just minimize any and all risk. Which includes these drops, because your Sparrow, your bike can 100% explode and kill you. Take you with it. I don't want that to happen. We'd have to get off of here anyway. Alright, that's the first half done. Unfortunately, it's the second half that's the problem. Problem child. Let's see if I can't work my way back to the ribbon after. You can use these platforms to jump the whole way there. First person platforming though. With these guys that will absolutely send you careening. It's best to just rush, even though rushing will absolutely... At least we know that the points still work. I don't know why it doesn't trigger on subs. Alright. It's not a race. Although you could totally race your fire team if you decided to do this 3 players. Sometimes you gotta improvise. Heart attacks. Just non-stop heart attacks. Same with the boss. There's no rush. I can take as many phases as I would like. Let's get off the Sparrow before it gets sucked in with us, because I've had it explode on me here before. There we go. Unfortunately, it all comes apart here. Okay. Let's see for this one. That. Oh, I didn't bring it with me. Yeah, I'm not going to be using the hammer. Switch out exotics. Welcome to the arena of the final encounter, which also includes the boss. I'm going to get something in quite a bit. Yeah, that's going to help me a lot. I thought I had this in my inventory because I put it back in the vault. Let's see, where are you? Here you are. Need a lot of damage. Can't go wrong with a sniper rifle. Especially the special one. Okay. So, very similar premise, except we're in a tetrahedron now. There's going to be people that spawn in each corner. Oh, you can already see. Well, just because you can see now, like dark light, dark doesn't mean that it'll stay that way. But yeah, it'll be pillars that look like that. So what I gotta do, get all 3 pillars, and then it's time for the damage phase. Damage phase will be in its own like boss realm. Let me go back a little bit so I don't accidentally accidentally start it when I explain. And during the damage phase, he's going to constantly send you back to like the start. It's just platforming hell. There's just a bunch of hobgoblins everywhere, sniping you. He doesn't stay there forever, so you just got to get in as much damage as you possibly can. Actually, I wonder. I don't need these. They're not going to be any champions. Can I? 5 energy. I don't have that. Oh well. Well, let's do submachine gun at least. I don't have enough energy for that either. That could work. No, it couldn't. I don't have the energy for it. Wait, my resilience is only 94? How did that happen? Actually, I think it'll be... This is going to be really fiddly. I'll have 3, so if I switch to resilience, I can swap it at least to be the submachine gun reload. That's going to be key. Or maybe rocket launcher. I didn't see how much the rocket launcher one cost. Oops. More than I have. It'll be fine. I just need to be patient, not make any rash decisions, and I'm gonna go calm my nerves by going to the bathroom again. Okay. I don't think I need a raid banner. They're just gonna be giving me plenty of ammo. It begins. Alright, so we have dark, dark, light. Light works. I can do light. I can work with light. Oh yeah, every time you take care of one of the corner dudes, an ogre will spawn. Gotta kill that. I know these next two have to be dark. That's good news. All right. You gotta kill these ogres quick. Like, even with my super regen, they have ways of absolutely tearing into you. Oh god. Nope, overshot. Okay. Maybe I should have done a raid banner. Yeah, if nothing spawns out of these guys. Oh, take a look at that. Alright. Oops. Accidentally went through the middle, I guess. We're heading in. Yeah, if that hits you, you're back to being teleported at the start. Nope. You can't be... Another mechanic vital to this encounter is that you cannot be too far away from him. Because you see, off to the sidebar you see Dark Entropy. If that reaches 10 from being too far away from him, you just die. So you gotta be close to him so that they start draining. Alright. So far so good. Just what I needed. Come on, don't... Okay. Sometimes the hitbox is a little finicky. No! I was in the sunspot. He has about 6.5 million health. Might as well finish it. Oh, it was the entropy. Ah. That makes sense. Oh well. I was expecting to die there at least once. Nah, it doesn't really help with the sting, though. It was going so good. Too dark. Still counts as light for some reason. There we go. Oh right, I have to actually pick up remotes. I forgot about the yogurt. My haphazard use of the keys, the hotkeys, definitely worked out that time. That was definitely a "we'll be right back" moment. Alright. I could just go. Hmm? Oh man. Sometimes I try to cancel the reload animation, but it I missed his head. And that's what a normal damage phase looks like. So, I'm currently wrestling with myself whether or not I want to finish the dungeon or just restart from scratch again. Oh. And just like the other times, it takes. Oh. Hope somebody needs dark motes. Okay, one dark. At least one of them's dark. No! Okay, whatever. I'm going light. Hey, dark again? This whole place looks like it's in shadow. I don't know. There we go. Well, the death really did calm down my nerves, so that there's that, at least. Small little victories. Silver linings. What was that? I heard an item drop. I wish it was just a little bit more clear if you were in the darker light. Oh, there's still one more of you. I'm full. Too many umbrals. Where did the... Oh, there you are. Okay, 3 rockets and a full thing of sniper. This would be a good damage phase again. Can't really count on getting heavy too much, especially at this point of the game. I better go before I'm swarmed again. Oops. Ah, dang it. Yeah, priority one. Get back to that guy before Dark Entropy kills me again. He's still moving. Alright. Sorry. I did it again. Note to self, turn off that hotkey next time. Oh, close one. Oh, man. That could have been better. Yeah, that was about as good as it could be. Gotta make sure that you don't get fall damage. That can also kill you. No? I don't have the motes. I don't need to go on the pedestal. Dang. I thought it would work. Problem with everybody exploding from solar is that they definitely like to physics the drops. Oh, nice. That was a lot of ammo. Let's see. Both of them look like they're dark. Oh, right, the center. I keep wondering why my hammer doesn't do much, and that's because I switched off the exotic. That made it do a lot of damage. Alright, that counts. Does this count? Nah, this will probably count though. I don't mean to, I promise. I just really like to slide. The other darkness. Works for me. Not the... How do I keep forgetting to kill the ogres? There we go. Oh, that was you. Ah, you got me again. And boom. Oh, you'll have to see it. Where'd you go? The problem with animation canceling is that while it cancels the animation, it doesn't cancel the amount of, Ooh, that was close. That's why I have this exotic on. That would have killed me. I've died by just jumping too far on this exact platform. So. This is like one of the best damage traces I've ever had. Oh, and he can't hit me? This is perfect. Oh, dang. Mouse went wild again. Luckily it was pretty low stakes. Let's see. Light. Light, dark, dark. Alright. Dark is first. Let's go. Dang it. So doing light first. Actually, I'm just gonna pop. Not as much as I thought it would. Yeah, it really only works if you, Nice. That's some nice heavy ammo. Ooh, even more heavy ammo. Come on, guys. And here we see the taken scions undergoing mitosis. And let's try to get light out of the way. That seems to be the annoying one. No! Man. Counts as him dying, but he doesn't... Also, the motes are down there. It's giving me heavy ammo to spare. Oh, man. That's a lot of science. Let's thin them out a little bit. Make them stop dividing. Alright, at least that's still light. Alright, let's go from the other side. There we go. There's the light pillar. Por here. I'm gonna come in here with like a full set of rockets. Yeah, that Calico will know it hit him. What's my handful sniper? Right, ogre. I forgot. That would have been embarrassing. Ah, missed. Oh no, my hammer. That works. I am so lucky. Oh, that's a 6 already. Should probably forego the next damage phase in order to... Uh-oh. Alright, safe. Yeah, Dark Entropy is the kind of mistake that you only make one time. Alright, then if I just sort of angle it? He can't hit me. No! He's so close! Oh, man. Look at how tiny his health bar is. Everybody go point and laugh at how small his health bar is. Now we're back at the original room. Which is kind of like the easiest room I find to deal with because there's no surprise holes. And all the areas are like clearly delineated. Let's see. Anybody need a light pillar? Yeah, you do. Oh. Hammer, please work with me. Man. No, I have to take him. Wait, why don't you have a... That pillar was gone. You saw that, right? Don't you dare. I will just assume that the missing pillar is dark. If it doesn't work, well, we'll try light then. I don't know what happens if you get it wrong. I'm guessing it probably doesn't kill you, right? Oh. Getting light anyways. Oh, please. I'm making foolish mistakes. Calm down, find the center. I just need to get to him one last time. One sniper shot should kill him. Alright, I guess I'm gonna see if light works. There it goes. Nope, that was dark. What are you? Oh, okay, I see. If you get it wrong, it summons an ogre. But the captain is still there. I see. So it is dark. It just decided to not show up. Oh. Huh. Will you work now? Guess not. I guess it just summoned a different knight. I got one down. Or one group down. No. Ah. Happened again. Alright. I'm getting loopy. Alright. I have confirmed that I was in the darkness before I killed him. There we are. What a way to hit level 90. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It hit me when you were tearing that last pack of Taken apart. What the Nine are trying to say. Light, dark, it don't matter.
Light and dark are not the same.
There is absolutely
Just the difference.
there's
don't
absolutely
matter.
zero things between good things and bad things, you moron, you absolute buffoon. Yeah, that's the answer you arrive at the end of the thing. I didn't expect to well, kicking myself a little bit, but I am riding the high that I did only suffer. That was like my third try. But that also took a lot out of me. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can get to the boss part and try to see if I can beat it next week. Yeah, because you've already seen like the previous encounters, and then I'll see if I can get to the final encounter one more time. See if I can one cycle him. Not one cycle, but one CC him. One LC him, even. One life clear. Yeah. Ooh. Neat. I gained 2 levels. It's pretty gnarly looking. Not a huge fan. Could be cool. That's like my jam. I want it. It's mine. What kind of shaders? Already own. Blue and orange is good, but I'm not feeling like the dirty vibe. I can kind of get behind a sickly green though. Like a sickly booger green. Those actually look really cool. I want these. That's a funny looking ship. Red line. Eh. Looks like a Metagross. Just stomping around in the rain in my wellies. Oh. Eh. Oh well. I ended like... It's a little early, but I pretty much ended on time. Let's go see if anybody else is streaming. Oh yeah, Lucaron, if you're still here, how did the pies turn out? I'm curious to know. Ah, dang it. There we go. Doing dungeons is hard. Doing dungeons while commentating is even harder. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you what the reward is for doing it solo flawless. Prophecy. It's this thing. That looks really cool. According to some stats I don't care about, well, less than 5% of the players actually have this. So in addition to being pretty rare, it looks really cool. I want it. I want it bad. Anyway, thanks for sticking around the whole time. I enjoyed playing the game. I might make the Destiny just a staple on Tuesdays. Like interspersed with some other things as well. A Tuesday weekly stream would not be out of the question. Anyway, I'll be back Thursday with more DK64. We got the ice level and we got the castle level. I don't know which one I'm gonna do first. Probably ice. And then Saturday's La Mulana. Okay, see you. I love you. Bye bye. Have a good one.